This is your hostess with the mostest. Today on what is this? Wednesday with some grown folk talk with you. How's this? This is a beautiful day. I have tried to make it a point to get on here and talk a little bit with you guys. I'm sorry, I had a little pain med I had to take, and it kind of put me down for a minute. So, excuse me. I'm not dragging with my words or anything like that, but I felt like I was okay to do this and reach out and let y'all know I'm doing good. One day at a time, one day at a time, with lots of rest. That's what I've been doing right about now. But I wanted to talk today about can love grow over time? Can love grow over time? I had a discussion yesterday with someone in regards to this, and pretty much the discussion was sometimes people get together for a let me mute this on here. Okay, people get together for a hey boo babe, how are you? I'm doing just great. I hope you're doing great too. Glad to have you. Um, yeah, people sometimes will get together. So we were talking about, and they may not be deeply in love with one another. They care about each other. They care about one another. They love each other, but they're not in love with each other. And the conversation went as well, two people, a lot of people, they say, get together, and they get together, especially when you're going in areas of marriage nowadays. It's not about love anymore. It's not about being in love anymore. It's more or less about convenience. It's convenience. It's what you could do for me. It's what I can obtain from you. It's what we can build together. It's your credit score. It's all that stuff that is why people chose to get together, and then they go into matrimony, and then they work on trying to fall in love, if in fact that happens. But also, the person made a point that love comes in stages. Like when you first care about somebody and you're attracted and you get to know and you do the date thing and you become more and more attracted to them for a lot of their qualities, physical and all that other stuff. Um, and then there's a certain stage, and as you build upon years and time together, you build up to another stage, and your love grows and grows and grows until you are just madly in love with each other. But on the flip side of that, folks can become madly out of love with each other too as time grows. This person was making it seem as though the more time you put in, the more you grow in love, the more the love becomes more. But like I said, the more time you put into each other, the more the love can become less. You know what I mean? It just really depends on your foundation, where you started, how you started from the gate. Now, they also brought up the fact that people building upon being in love and going towards marriage with that it's no longer an old school flair. Like old school meaning, you know, we would say, okay, not getting married until I was totally in love. Had to be in love with you, you in love with me, and that was the sound foundation of why we chose to marry. And then also to build a family, procreate, and all those other things. They say that that's old school. That is just not about that anymore. That is not about you needing to have the foundation of being in love to marry, or being in love to be in a relationship with someone for a very long time, because there are definitely opportunists out here. And when they see an opportunity to get with something that will benefit them in a lot of ways, guess what? They jump on the wagon. They jump on that wagon and see where it takes them. And he also had made a comment about, there was this young lady he was interested. Oh yes, we do. We need beautiful black women. And yeah, that's not what you say. Not caught up in material things. It's people are so materialistic now, so materialistic and so status driven. This friend of mine was telling me that there was a young lady that he was interested in, very beautiful young lady, and she was very much attracted to him too. So they had this extreme connection and attraction for one another. However, she let it be known that she was definitely just into, she wanted a status NFL player or NBA player. Hey, Roundback, how you doing today too? Yeah, this young lady, she wanted a status NBA or NFL player, and she was not going to settle for anything less. Even though she let it be known she was totally into this dude. He was attractive, he was, ambitious, he was driven, he was doing well in his life and all of that. And, you know, and she had a physical attraction to him that was off the roof. But they had lots of fun together. But her sights was on an NBA or NFL player. And she let him know that she was looking for that, as far as long term, that they could just be friends and go out and kick it, but it would be nothing else. Straight up. She let that be known. And every party that she can go to, NFL, NBA, she was there trying to catch her. She knew the ones that was single, she knew the ones that was married, and for some reason she was able to get into these situations and eventually fell off the friendship with a friend of mine. Now, if she ended up landing her someone of that status, I don't really know, and he doesn't know either. They eventually just fell off. You just got home from work. Oh, you saw this beautiful face. Thank you. I aim to sprinkle some sunshine around back. I just got to bring this to you guys. And I'm so happy that you are here today, and we can just bounce off and talk about some things, okay? I need you guys to help make me feel better. And you do by showing up. You do by your wonderful compliments as always. And you do just being an active part of what I do. I can't tell you enough, on these struggling days that I've had, how I look forward to and appreciate you, making my day better, giving me the purpose that I need, and the reminder of why I do what I do. So I'd like to take this moment and say thank you. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. So here we go again, back to, can love grow over time? And are there stages? You know, I was saying that, man, yeah, people can fall in love. They can fall in love right off the bat, and they can get married for those reasons of being in love. And as time goes on, their love grows and it flourishes, and you become more appreciative of even why, or remember even why you chose that person to be your life mate. Um, Not getting married just to get married and you're not in love with someone. Now, I definitely know there's a lot of people who care, who really care for one another. And they will even say they love them, but they'll let it be clear that no, I'm not in love with them. I'm not in love with them, but I'm going to take this to the next level with them. I want to be in a relationship with them, and I also want to marry them. So they already have that in mind, but they know they're not in love with them. Now, their mindset is I'm going to grow to be in love with them eventually. Yeah, it's going to happen, they say, because I know that this person has the qualities and the substance and the things that I'm looking for. But Boo Bay, I'm doing great today. I hope you're doing wonderful yourself too. Thank you so much. You know, um, yeah, and people don't know what's real or fake. You do have some who are out there just people can fake a cool game. They can fake a cool game and make it seem like they this and they that and they this and they that and they want this and that and that and that from you, in you. And you get with them on a matrimony level and boom, sooner or later things just kind of melt and fly away. And also on the show Sunday, we had a little segment where we discussed marriage with open marriage. That's what it was. Can there be open marriages? Some people that's not in love with one another. I think one of the panel members, Ben, had mentioned that, a couple could come together and write out like just pre-contractual agreements of how they want to be with each other in the marriage. We want to have an open marriage. You can sleep with other people. I can sleep with other people. But then we know where home is, and we know what we got to do with one another, and whoom. And they can write all this up to stipulate and make clear the things that they want in their marriage beforehand. Like they just openly agree that, which, our discussion and argument was that's still committing adultery because you're married with someone and you're going out and you're sleeping with someone else. And whether you both agree with it or not, you're still committing adultery. So you're not really respecting the marriage vows and union before God and before witnesses and others. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I mean, I I am old school. I believe once you get married, you married. That's who you married to. That's who you chose. That's who you faithful with. That's who you loyal to. That's who you have to love. That's who has to be your partner, your friendship, your spiritual connection, your everything, your friend, your everything. That's why you chose one another. Because look at here, it's for a lifetime. It should be. So some of you may live into 100 years old. Some of you may live to another 10 years. We don't know our day and time, but it's for a lifetime. So therefore, get married for the right reasons and to the right person. Because you look at it like this: some will fake and fabricate and want to be with you because of what you have or your status or whatever. How many times have you heard of certain, let's say, professional NFL, NBA players who are playing the game, who are making all this money, this big income per year? Something happens where they get injured, they can't play anymore. They may go into doing the sports news type of thing, commentating. I think that's what they call it. Or they may just not do nothing and just collect a pension. Um, what happens then? If you're caught up in the status and the money and the things that they're doing to make that money and they can't do it anymore, what happens then? You know, what happens to someone who's a billionaire, millionaire, and who has all this, and all of a sudden one day they lose it? Because That could happen. You could be way up here one day and then end up way down there sleeping on somebody's streets. It can happen. It can happen. So, if that happens and you've gotten with a person just for their status, their money, and the things that they have, what happens when they lose it? What happens when it's gone? When it's all gone? No more, right? There's no more. So it has to be more than that. And unfortunately, like we mentioned, I think round back, somebody mentioned earlier in the comments that um, people will jump on bandwagons for the wrong reasons. It has nothing to do with love. It has to do with what you have, and they'll play and play this little game with you, and mislead you into thinking that they're madly in love with you when love ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You know that song, "What's Love Got to Do with It?" Mm-hmm. Love ain't got nothing to do with it. And then there's some who will let it be known straight up. We're doing this for a business um, purpose for the both of us, for a win-win, so we both can come up. I care about you deeply. I know you care about me, but we ain't all in that love thing right now. It don't mean that we won't be. Yeah, mm-hmm. That may work, but there's a big chance that it may not, because things happen, things change, situations change, right? Life changes. So, what about the stages? What about the stages? Getting with someone, and maybe you're on stage one. There is feelings, but you're not in love. Um, you're starting to kind of love them, and you want to go ahead on and elevate things with hopes that you'll eventually go to the next stage. The next stage, maybe in 2 years, 4 years, 6 years, 8 years, you'll keep elevating up in stages. What if you don't make it to 4 to 6 years? What if you just make it to two and your elevation didn't do too much? You didn't wiggle too far. What about that? You know, these are things you have to think about and think outside the box. And can love grow over time? Can it grow over time? Can two people make that happen? Because the last time I checked, you can't make yourself love someone. You can't make someone love you. You can't have an agenda in regards to, okay, 2 years from now, guess what? We're going to be in love. What you think? You think we can do that? Make it a goal chaser. When love comes, it comes. You have no idea when that Love Jones is going to snap you. A lot of times people are running from it. Oh, no, I can't do that. I ain't going to do that. I don't want to do that. I ain't going to be in love. I'm not in love. Mm-mm, you ain't got to. And next thing you know, you turn around, guess what? They telling a friend or two that, guess what? You know that one I met last year? We engaged. Yes, I just love them to death. Oh my God. They are the best. They are the best. And your friends is looking at you like, wasn't that the one you say you didn't love and you wasn't going to love and you didn't want to fall in love? You just never know what's going to happen, grown folks. It comes to bite you when you least expect it. Okay? So that's why it's very important that we end up putting ourselves in the midst of things that we feel that's right for us. Someone have done, but you will never forget how someone made or make you feel inside. Yes, that is very true. You may forget what someone has done, but never forget how they made you feel inside. And I will say that that can be on the scope of feeling wonderful, wonderful inside that will never be forgotten. And it only takes a little. It only takes a little. Or they can make you feel terrible inside, terrible inside, and you won't forget. So when a person is allowed to pierce inside and to get inside that organ, that heart, when they can get inside that beating muscle organ that's there, boom, 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 boom. When they can get inside that, man, and you have allowed them to pierce no matter how big, no matter how small, no matter how small, no matter how big, they are allowed to get in there. The point is they got in there. And you can never forget that. Do you think about it? It's always that one that we have allowed to get here that we never ever forget. We never forget them. We have went on and been with 10 different people after them. 10 different folks. We've been with 10 different folks. But we never forget that one. And some people will say, that was that one I let get away. I let that one get away. Shame on me. And they get to chasing it and trying to find it again, just like that crack. They say after that first hit, you're chasing that same kind of feeling again, and you never really feel like you did on that first initial hit. Same thing, similarities. Once you've been pierced here by that right one, you chasing it and you chasing it and you chasing it, but you probably never feel it in the same degree again. You may feel love again. You may get with somebody that's halfway decent again, but you won't feel exactly the same as you felt when that person got in here. And guess what? It's still a piece of them in there. So no matter what nobody tells you, no matter how many times folks want to tell you, flush them down the toilet, forget about them, it's about me now, you know that they still are in here. And we can't blame a person for that. That's an experience that they've had before you. That's love that they felt before you. Now, if they going around and every day they talking about that one that got away and they comparing you and you every time you hear it, it's like, well, if you was like my ex that I used to be so much in love with, man, we would have the perfect relationship. Or how come you don't do it like him? Or how come you can't cook like her? You going down the wrong rocky road. You should never, ever, ever be verbally. Now, what you think in your mind, you think in your mind, which you should try to erase those kind of thoughts. But what you think in your mind is not outwardly said, or don't show it in a way that's physically brought out there. But to outwardly compare your man or your woman, your wife or your husband to someone that you used to be with and make them feel like they're not up to status quo, or they could never replace that person in a lot of ways because they're not doing the things that this person used to do to you or for you, is absolutely wrong. You barking up the wrong tree, and you're looking for a loss. You're looking to be totally alone. And if they do stick around, you're looking for them to be cheating with somebody else that's going to make them feel a whole new type of awareness, refreshment, and validation. Yes, you know. Thank you, round back. Thank you. I try to keep that smile going no matter what, because it's nothing more fabulous and gifted than a beautiful smile and sunshine. And I thank God every day for providing me with it. Thank you so much. Um, so we have got to um, remember that when you go into things, you go into it with a purpose, a reason, and a strong foundation. Love can grow over time, but love has to start too. So I always bring that smile on around back. I try to. And you know what? We're going to get back to where we got to start love. I want to say this. No matter what you're going through, no matter, what your trials, your triumphs, your bad days, your good days, you have to try to find that ray of sunshine within and still bring it out. And I know that's hard because trust me, I'm human. I get up with rough days. I get up with attitude sometimes. I get up with, oh my goodness, I just want to choke somebody. But once I get in tune with self and start being thankful for the fact that I even got up, for the fact that I'm even able to do these videos again, to get up with my life and start my day again, that's when I start getting, engulfed with that warmth, that sunshine, and it brings about the smile. Because it does not have to be like that. You could not be in a position to be able to do things all over again. So no matter what you're going through, and another thing, you got to remember that there's always somebody that's going through something a lot worse. We be thinking our situations is worse and worse and worse. Ain't nobody going through this bull crap, man. But listen to some stories of some people. Sometimes when I get some of my inquiring minds want to know, people hit me up with, I got this, I just blew off 2 toes and I don't know what to do. Whatever the situation they going through. They come at you and you be like, well, dang, I got all my toes. My goodness, they ain't got 2 toes. And it just it makes you just appreciate a lot of things. There's always somebody that's going through something worse. So no matter what, you guys, keep that gorgeous smile. Keep it. And keep that sunshine. Because somebody is going to find joy in seeing that. They're going to feel that radiant heat. They're going to appreciate it, and it's going to make them smile too. So thank you. Thank you for that compliment. And so, back to, are there stages to love? When you first start out, stage one, two, then you go up to three, four after a few years, five, six after a few years. Are there stages? What do you guys think? Are there stages that you build up to in love? And can love can love grow over time? Would you get married or in a relationship with someone that you didn't love? Now that's another situation too. Now I could see married, you have to be loved, you have to love. But do you guys feel as though when you decide or get to a point that you're going to be exclusive with someone, should you love them? Or should it just be, we have a lot of things in common, we enjoy one another, I like them, they like me, we have fun, I want to date them. And then you get to the point at dating and then you want to be exclusive. Well, whoops, should you wait on exclusivity until you love them? Because exclusivity means that you're going in the direction of something greater, perhaps engagement later and marriage. So do you have to love them to be exclusive, or can you just care about them and now let's be exclusive? That's another deep one to think about too, because now there I can see a person starting something off with, I really care about them, I like them a lot, I've got a little feelings for them. I'm not in love with them at this point, but perhaps I may be later, moving forward. But you know, I want to try it out. I want to get to see what it do. Do you have to be in love? I don't think you do. I don't think you do, but I like to know what you guys think. I know you have to have a lot of commonalities. You have to be connected as a friend. You have to have a heartfelt connection. You have to see that you can trust and have loyalty in that person. You have to believe in one another. I know a lot of the key factors have got to be there, but to absolutely be in love and you're starting to date in a relationship, I don't know. I don't know. But I know marriage. I definitely don't want to get married unless I am in love. I have to feel as though I'm in love and you're in love with me too. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. So anyway, that's pretty much all I had to say on that today, about love growing and about the stages, and about why do some just do things based on status, based on convenience. There has to be, like made the comment about the girl who only wanted an NFL or NBA player. Well, she may never have gotten one. So all the men that she turned down, that could be some great catches, could have been her husband and a good husband. She turned them down because she wanted an NFL or NBA player. And they may not have wanted her. I don't care how cute you are. You can be cute, but have a whole lot of, your elevator don't go all the way up to the whatever floor. Mm-hmm. You can have some things, some screws missing for real. So don't let the looks fool ya. So anyway, y'all have a great day. This is your hostess with the mostest, Donna Smith, aka Lady D. I am here bringing you some grown folk talk and discussion. Remember, you can always email me on DGRIER12000 at yahoo.com. I'm on Twitter, Miss Lady D111. Also Instagram, I believe is Donna underscore A underscore Smith something. Lady D something. Twitter, Instagram be having me confused, but I'm on there. Just Donna Smith, you'll find me. And Google me. Check me out, CD Baby, Lady D, Donna Smith. Check out my poetry and music. Also, Amazon.com. Make sure you guys log on there. Order my book, Seduction of the Hidden Diva by Donna Smith. Your support is appreciated. I will be back on here tomorrow, you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. And I hope, most importantly, before you start loving anybody else, love you. See you soon. Bye.